Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. In front of us we have the Elecrow ThinkNode M7. This is a Meshtastic wireless transceiver gateway with power over Ethernet support. You can find it selling on Elecrow.com for $54.90. I'll have links down below in the comment section and video description if you so desire this device. So let's take a look at it. The ThinkNode M7 wireless transceiver gateway. There's a picture of it. Dual antenna design. I like that. See what's going on there. Got some bullet points. High performance, multi-mode comms, flexible powering. Love that. High gain antenna. Easy installation. It's a pretty basic setup. Alright, we'll get into why you might want one of these. Alright, so I think that's it. So take everything out of the box. Let's see what we get. To the side, we get to start a show. Kind of zoom it down a little bit. The M7, pretty compact device. Really cool thing is it hangs on the wall if you want, or a desk. It's got little feet on the bottom. And speaking of hanging on the wall, they give you a little adapter. So you get 3 screws into wherever you're hanging it, in the attic or on the side. Wherever you got a high position in the house, that's where you're going to want to go. And it locks in with these 3 tabs. Pretty basic mounting plate. That's where it locks in the back there. Sweet. What else do we get? We get the antennas. So pay attention when you hook them up. One is built for the LoRa side. This one here. 115 megahertz. That's coming into focus there. You can see that right there. There you go. 868, 915. So yeah, I got for Euro and US. So there's that. That goes on the left side. And then we have our wireless antenna for 2.4 gigahertz. There you go. Wireless and does Bluetooth as well. All right, so we got your 2 antennas. We'll hook those up in a second. And then they include a nice 5-foot USB cable, USB-A to USB-C, to help power the device or for debugging. You'll mainly use this for powering the device if you're not using the power over Ethernet option. So we got the cable, which we'll be using in a moment. And then we get a very basic guide. This is not very helpful. It just shows you how to use the mounting bracket. That's about it. And it has this QR code, but it's going to take you right to this manual. So I don't even know why they put that there. Yeah, I thought there'd be a more in-depth manual. No, it's not. So it's really not too hard of a device to figure out, though. I do a little searching, but I was able to connect to mine. So there you go. Pretty basic setup there. What everything does, I guess I should just show it down like that. The idea. There's the mounting bracket installation. Pretty cool. Okay, nice to have, right? Rotate it and lock it in place. Sweet. All right. And the back here, we do have some basic specifications. I think I have a chart, which I'm going to bring out. It has a little bit more in depth. Let's give you some basics right here. Okay, dual mode. Nice. Bluetooth. Glad it has Bluetooth, by the way. It's really nice. The reason why I bought this. Okay, so that's the manual. We're done with that. Let's get to the device. So I'm going to hook this power cable up just to get it ready. So we're going to plug it in. I got an adapter behind me here. So we got power. All right, set that aside. Mounting bracket. Well, you've seen one. You've seen them all, right? The antennas. So let's put those on real quick. So we have we got going on here. It's the LoRa one. So yeah, you never want to plug your power in until you have these antennas installed. Now, before I plug them in, I should show you these are SMA reverse polarity, RP. So you got male ends there, and you got female on the antennas. That's how that works. So typical for pretty much wireless antennas. All right, so let's go ahead and just screw that in. Okay. And we'll put this one in. This is your 2.4, which is your wireless LAN and Bluetooth. Yeah, really nice range with those. Okay, so, all right. Let's go over dimensions real quick. Go over the base here, not including antenna length. We have a 3x3, so you have 3 inches in width and 3 inches in length. Then we have a height of 1 1/16 of an inch. So it's a pretty compact device. Fits in my hand. If you have other devices, like I reviewed this little guy. I think ThinkNode M7. All right, we're going to use that today. Just kind of show you the messaging. For size comparison there, you get an idea. No screen. Well, you know, you use your device, so you don't need a screen. That's the nice thing about it. You can have it mounted in a permanent location and have either Ethernet hooked up to it to communicate with it, or Bluetooth, and you're ready to rock. There you go. Cool. Weighs 108 grams. I believe that's with the antennas installed, or 80 without the antennas, but you're going to be running the antennas, of course. That's a thing, so let's go ahead and just raise those up a little bit. Yeah. So it's got an ABS plastic enclosure, which is nice. Nice and sturdy. Got a label on the back there. Kind of goes over what the specs are. Again, serial number. Yeah, you got everything right there that you need. There's the power over Ethernet, 37 to 57 volt. Yep. Okay, cool. Standard. All right, great. So yeah, on the front here, we have a reload button. So that's to factory reset the device, or if you have where the device isn't working, it'll reset the device. It's not a boot button. That's internal somehow. I don't know how you have to get it. Somehow take the bottom off. I think there's screws either behind here or under the label to get that off. But other than that, this is just a basic refresh. You can do it with the browser, but if you can't get into the device, you could use that. USB 5 volt. So we have our USB-C input for power. I'm going to use that for power because it's provided. It's really nice and easy for me. I don't have a setup for power over Ethernet yet, but that's kind of a cool option as well. So I'm using the USB-C option for powering the device. But you have that there. It's 5 volt, 1 amp input. Now you can use this with a power bank, so you can go portable with this, which I think is really awesome. You use a power bank, it draws about 87, 88 milliamps up to 130. So 130 when it's transmitting, 88 when it's in standby mode. So yeah, that's how that runs. So you can expect not a super huge draw, and a big power bank ought to run it for quite a while. So if you're wondering, then you just solar charge the power bank and you're off the grid. You still have some powerful comms, which is nice. And over here we have our Ethernet jack. Again, power over Ethernet, which is awesome. It's 10 or /100 megabits per second. So that's pretty nice. You get the full, pretty good bandwidth for a small device like this. You don't really need that fast of a connection, but they give it to you, which is cool. You got your connection lights there. Full duplex. You got all happening. Up here we have status LEDs. We have a red power, a blue Bluetooth LoRa, and a link LED, which I haven't seen flash, probably because I haven't hooked it up to Ethernet. Basic setup. Okay, and you saw the antenna jack. So yeah, it's that simple. Doosh, rock on, right? Inside the device, well, it has fun things. I got that chart I was going to bring out. It's always good. You guys like the particulars? Here we go. I kind of printed this off. So when you first get your device, this is the code 123456 that you have to enter into, connect to it with your app. I had to look that up because it's nowhere as it's stated. Because you can't see what's going on. So a device like this without a screen uses a standard Bluetooth connection number. So there you go. That's what you use to connect to your device with the Meshtastic app. So it has a microcontroller, the SP32S3. Nice. That's your typical dual-core processor. Those are pretty common. You see them in everything, right? It's in my M5, which isn't good for portable, but for a plug-in device like this, it's always powered on. That's perfect. I don't mind it at all. There's some of the specs on the microcontroller there. Going down there. Maximum distance, 8 to 10 kilometers, and that is a line of sight, high elevation, no obstructions. Meshtastic official app, this one's meant for. Now there's another version of this radio, the M7. So when you get this, make sure you get the right one. So if you're using Meshtastic, make sure you get the Meshtastic version. There's a LoRa version as well. LoRa WAN, I think. Wide area network device. Just make sure you get the right one for your situation. Meshtastic all the way, so rock on. Bluetooth, there you are, so everything it supports. Now it has the LR1110. It's a little different chip for the lower transceiver, so it does a little bit of GPS and wireless AP scanning. So it does a little bit of extra things there. It's more a specialized chip, but it's still compatible with the other SX chips that are in all the handheld transceivers. If you're wondering, if you're into all that. If you don't know, don't worry about that. It still works. Here we go. So we got the connections I talked about. Yeah, all that there. SMP. Yeah, SMA, I'm sorry. Reverse polarity. All right. So then the reload buttons. Yeah, device restart, configuration, factory reset. Okay, and then you get the boot button, which is inside the device, which, it's such a thing. And that's pretty much it there. You get the idea. We'll get rid of that. Okay. So rock and roll. So the device itself. Mentioned everything in there. We're going to hook it up, and we're going to do a little demoing. We have an iPad handy. Colors might get a little wonky on the screen, but yeah, I got things to make it look nicer. Don't worry about that. So I kind of want to talk about the device itself. So if you're not familiar with Meshtastic, it's a off-the-grid comm system where it uses device to device. and it sends out a message. You use a phone or a tablet device to help send the message out, and then it sends it, and it goes to every Meshtastic device in its area, and of course then it relays. So you can get up to 7 hops, gets you pretty far distances. Some people reported like hundreds of kilometers on hops, which is amazing for radios. So if you get up high enough elevation, you can get quite a distance out of these. So pretty neat. It's encrypted, so it also has a little bit of protection. So when you're sending messages, pretty much most people aren't going to be able to snoop. There are going to be those people that record the transmissions and later on might be able to hack into them, but it would take quite a bit of effort. So I don't think you're going to have to worry about that too much. But just know that anything you transmit can always be decoded. So, but it is nice that it is encrypted out of the box if you want it to be. You can set multiple channels, which is nice. This has a little screen on there, which is a nice little paper display. I do like that. I think that's cool. We're going to be using this to talk to this one. Yeah, it'd be fun. So yeah, Meshtastic in a nutshell runs on 900 megahertz in the United States, and it's the 33 centimeter band. And it operates around 1 watt maximum with no license required, which is a big deal. So you can buy this and don't worry about operating it. You don't need a ham license. It's awesome. It operates on the ISM band, the Industrial, Scientific, and Medical band. Nice. So yeah, I talked about the encryption. Pretty nice there. Good to know. No internet required, so you don't have to hook up Wi-Fi. That's only as a convenience for this. It does have the option to run the MQTT, which is Message Queuing Telemetry Transport. Again, nerdy thing. I wasn't able to I got it going and it kind of worked and I got a bunch of messages. I think I had it set up wrong. So it was sending everything I was receiving, then it stopped me. The app actually said, you can't send anymore. So I couldn't receive. It was I had to reset everything. So, but it's fun to experiment with. So you could connect to the internet and get further, thousands of miles, whatever. You can hook up to different servers. Your location, they may have a server you can connect to. If you're not getting the range you want, you need to get that extra range. If you have Wi-Fi, then why not use it? If you don't have Wi-Fi, don't worry. You can still use it as a radio only, which I love the fact that it does that. But know that you do have that support. That's what it's pretty much built around. It does come with the firmware updated to I believe the 17 firmware. I'm trying to remember if I wrote that down there. But it has the same firmware that this one had operated. I think it's 2.7. We'll look it up in the app real quick. But it comes with the one of the newer versions, so that's nice. Good to know that it has that. So yeah, having this is good if you're at home. You don't want to run around with this at home because you get better range with this versus a portable. So if you're not going to be portable and you're going to be working out of the house mainly with it, then the M7 makes a good option. I thought I'd mention that as well as we go here. So yeah, what else can I talk about here real quick before we get the iPad out? Yeah, I think we're good. So let's go ahead, check it out. Check out the current firmware. I don't know why I didn't write that down, but yeah. Usually like to write, there it is. I did write it down. 2.7.15 if you're wondering. It's not the newest, but it's good enough. So yeah, you don't have to worry about upgrading right out of the box. So let's bring in the iPad and we'll plug it in so we can see what's going on. So I'm using an iPad. Now you can use a phone, of course. I have a phone as well, an Android. My $29 smartphone I bought and reviewed. Yeah, you guys know that one if you've been watching my channel. I'm going to go ahead and plug the M7 in. Here we are with the cable provided. It's going to power up. Start communicating. The Bluetooth mode. It's going to come up here. Like I said, when it asks for the number, just type in 123456 and you're connected. So just download the current Meshtastic app through your iTunes, or what do you call it? App account or your Android account, Google account. So there you go. It's still communicating there. Awesome. So we'll have that off to the side for right now. We'll communicate with that. We'll just kind of do a little demo, do final thoughts. So I don't know if I can get this zoomed in. Yeah, color's a little wonky, but that's okay. So there we are. Our device. Dr. Todd. So we can go to settings, see what's going on there. So as you can see, about Meshtastic, you can click that, learn a lot about it. I think it takes you right to, where you can go right to the information. So there's the website. Let's click it. Did I click it? I think I did product information. Okay, I think I did. Oh, here's .org. This is it. Cool. Off-grid communication for everyone. So this can go here and get started. This gives you a basic how Meshtastic works. It's a really simple setup. I really like it. People do complain about not having enough nodes in the area. So if you get into this, you might want to just talk to your neighbors. If you have friendly neighbors and you want to have them hooked up with you and you want to say, hey, this is good in case the phones go down and want to communicate with each other, I might get excited about this as a community project. Something to think about. Because, yeah, this is a neat setup. You don't have to have this, all the Elecrows. There's other ones out there, as you can see. But they are showing me, it looks like an M1. Yeah, so that works. So you can get to your information if you need it. Cookies, we don't need that. So let's go to, we want Meshtastic. There we are. Go back here. So we have repository, get information. There's software running there. Build. Okay, cool. So we're going to go ahead and go back to settings here. So help and documentation, app settings, local mesh. You got all these different things you can do. Connected to Dr. Todd. That's my node. This is Dr. Todd, by the way, the M7. Nice. Share QR code. So that's nice when you set up channels. You can share the code. So you can just take your phone, click the picture, and then you can connect to those channels, which is nice. You don't have to re-enter all that stuff manually. Again, just shows you what you can do with your device. Just read up on it. It's pretty basic. I'm not going to go too in-depth here, but you can set up to do different things as well. This doesn't have a speaker, so you don't have to worry about audio or anything like that. So there's no chiming or any noise coming out of it, which is good. I don't like that. Don't need it. It's got a map, which is really cool. I love the Meshtastic app. And it shows like all the nodes around you. So like right now I got a bunch in Chicago. I really like this M7. It really pushes the range. My little handhelds, the little portable guys weren't really performing. Once I hooked up this M7, it started pulling in stations everywhere. So I mean nodes everywhere, just finding them all. So stations, you know what I meant. But I'm getting them all over. I'm getting them like, I can zoom it out here. I'm getting like into Michigan, Indiana. Here's Michigan. Zoom it way out. I think Upper Peninsula. And I got like, yeah, I'm getting them all over here. They're popping up. So getting across there. And then one off here. It's got to be the internet related one. I don't know how I get that far. I think I have one out here in Arizona. Yeah, pretty cool. I think they're hooked up to the Chicago mesh. And you can zoom all the way down to almost street level there and get pretty close. You can see how that works. That's pretty neat map. I love that. If you guys haven't seen it, that's how that works. Nodes are cool. So the ones you found, you could like have a list here. I have 231 nodes I found so far, and I've only been running for a couple weeks. That's pretty awesome. I'm connected to Dr. Todd right there. Here's Toddtastic. That's one of my other nodes. Sweet. It shows you when you're last connected, date and time. This guy here is next to me. Let's see, we got some other ones I've connected to. I think this morning I saw some popping through here. Here we go, 3 hops away. A little square shows how far away it took to get to that message. Person named it. I think you can click it and it gives you information about the node. This one's using the solar node. That's pretty cool. And it kind of doesn't, I don't know if it still say, if it has like GPS coordinates, it'll tell you. But there you go, you kind of get an idea. If it provides any information on what device they're using. Station G2. Some of these are pretty fancy. Some don't show anything. Incomplete. There you go. Haltech V4. Those are affordable ones. Affordable options. You can make your own case for them and stuff. You got a 3D printer. Okay, you get the idea, right? Those are all the nodes. I mean, it just kind of gives you a basic idea. You can mark favorites if you have favorites there. Okay, so messages. You have an open channel, channel 0, and then you have your private channel. So let's go here. Messages. Yeah, there we are. So you have channels. Click that. Primary channel is like the one that comes default with the app, and you can just start talking and see if anybody's around. I'm on there, and I wasn't really getting any kind of feedback, but the other people were talking, so I received myself here. Test, received. It's pretty funny. But yeah, there's a bunch of people talking here, as you can see. Got a bunch of messages really quick one day and then nothing, so that's how that happens typically. People go private usually, so we'll go private as well. So I'm going to click Todd time, channel 1. I made that, rock the mesh. I did that, and then we'll scroll that over, and yeah, I was just type chatting. There you go. Show you I'm connected to Dr. Todd there at the top right corner, showing the little transmit icon. And then we'll just send myself a message, so let's do that. So I got over here my phone, and I'm running this connected to it. So let's go ahead and just type a quick message. Show you that this works. Hi, like really basic, right? Send it. Sending. Come on, dude, send it. There you go. Should come up here. Hi. And then, something like Todd. is cool. Right. And send. Over here, it should pop up. Dr. Todd says Todd is cool. You get the idea. It's pretty simple. It's just back and forth, and it just relays the messages. And I think, do I have anything going on? Yeah, I have another device. It's picking up the messages. Todd is cool. Yeah, this is operating without a device right now, so that's kind of cool. And there's Toddtastic, which I was using. This is the one I was using to send. I think you can scroll this one as well. There you go. Todd is cool. It's got a backlight. Pretty nifty. Okay, you get the idea, right? In a nutshell, that's it. So let's talk about final thoughts on the device. So we're going to go ahead and take these out of the picture. Bring the M7 back in, start a show. Yeah. Let's get my color back. Iron Man. There's a deck of cards for size comparison. There you go. There's an idea. That's awesome. The antenna's back a little bit. So let's zoom it on down, get up close and personal again with it. So yeah, final thoughts on the M7. Yeah, it's a pretty basic device. For the money, you are getting a cool thing. I mean, this is really fun. If you're just looking to experiment, you don't need to have a fancy screen. You're going to be using a computer or a phone or a tablet anyway with it. You don't need a screen, because I never really look at my screens. You really don't need them unless you're walking around with something. So, but with this bad boy, yeah, you don't need it. So, likes. Always on capability. I really like that. Power over Ethernet. That also is very, very cool if you have a home lab and you're looking to extend some off-the-grid comms with it. That's really cool. You probably have battery backup and everything with your internet. So yeah, you're able to do quite a bit if the power goes down. So yeah, I like that capability as well. I like the upgraded antennas. These are great. I believe this is a 6 dB antenna, so you get that extra power there, or yeah, better transmit power. It's a bonus. Like I said, I noticed a big difference, that antenna versus this antenna. I know you can upgrade these antennas, not a big deal, but it's just, you don't have to upgrade out of the box. You're working and it's rocking. Just elevate it as high as possible, and you'll just get amazing results. Upgrade antennas, like I mentioned, including mounting plate. Yeah, okay, we already talked about that. It's nice to have it, right? Bluetooth 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi support, so you can use this to connect with Wi-Fi and get better range to your device, which is nice. These do Wi-Fi as well, these M5s, because they have Wi-Fi capability built in, but then you lose your Bluetooth capability. I believe this keeps both. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it does. That's nice. So here, either one or the other. But these tend to run the battery down pretty quick, so you'd have to have those plugged in all the time as well. Then you're always charging the battery. So yeah, this is a better option. You know, if you're going to be at home all the time using it with direct power always hooked up to it. I like the 5-foot cable they provide. That's nice to get to the power jack, right? I like the build quality. It's fairly good. You know, I don't see any problems here. Looks well put together. It's not a 3D printed case. It doesn't look thrown together. It looks like it's well thought out. Rock and roll. Dislikes some wants. Well, there's going to be a couple. I would like an external boot button. So if I'm upgrading the firmware and it needs a boot, I don't have to worry about trying to open it up and get to that boot button. It would be nice if it was external, maybe recessed, or maybe just like a little pin access to it. I would just like to have access from the outside to get to that button. So that would be nice. One little gripe. Better instructions. Well, you know, out of the box, most people are going to be like nervous with this. They're going to be like, what do I do with this thing? Do I return it? Because there really isn't much support here. You got to know what you're doing. But hopefully watching this video, it's pretty straightforward. You download the Meshtastic app on your device, you plug this in, enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're connected. And then have fun. Study the Meshtastic.org and you'll know how to run it. So that's it. You watch my video, you'll know how to do it. But better instructions would have been nice out of the box for the beginner. But overall, the M7 is a great way to get started in Meshtastic from the privacy of your home. If you're not looking to walk around with it or have it in your car, and you just want to experiment and have fun on the bench, this might be the way to go versus a Node with a screen or anything else, because it's all ready to go. It's already in a case, already protected. You can hang it, put it on the side, and just have fun and not even worry about, just let it go, let it do its thing. I like that. So these are nice as a walkabout option, but if you don't need it, I'd recommend this all day long. Again, I'm receiving more nodes with the M7 versus those smaller portables at this time. It's just great. I'm really happy with this. So it definitely gets a big thumbs up. awesome. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you like the radio, give it a big thumbs up. I mean, if you're really into Meshtastic, awesome. Now, will Mesh Core run on it? Not sure. Maybe in the future I'll get Mesh Core to work. I'm going to try Mesh Core because I don't mind the idea of repeaters, but then you have to rely on repeaters to get places. So that is an issue. I'd still recommend Meshtastic just because you could have a small knit community, be able to talk to each other in like a bad storm or certain situations. I think that's the best way to use these devices. Definitely. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think. But two, if you like these products and want to see more, hit subscribe to the bell icon, get notified of future reviews, videos. I will have some stuff in the iCard section for you to check out. The reviews of the M5 and the M1. I'd go with the M1. M5 is okay, but the M1 is probably the best choice for going portable if you're looking for a Meshtastic device on the run. And of course, check those out. And of course, three, yeah, do comment below what you think about the M7. Do you have some Meshtastic devices? Would this appeal to you? Do you like the idea of the Ethernet jack there? Is that just something you would want to use? Let me know. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next awesome video.